recording?
I'll turn on my OBS as well.
Okay. Probably best. There it goes. Yay!
Power of hotkeys.
Hi Bella, thanks for editing. I hope you get this.
Let's hope so.
Happy birthday. So, alright. Going counting down. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello everyone, and welcome to Cosplay Tea Time. I'm your host, Jen from Jen Cosplays 45, and today I have a guest with me.
Hi, I'm Springy from Demon Interviews, Springtrap, the real Springtrap 1123, blah blah blah, all that fun stuff.
Yes, so welcome to your first Cosplay Tea Time episode.
Well, thank you.
So of course. So today's theme is like a spooky Halloween theme. We're hoping to get this published by Halloween time so that way you all can sit and relax, pour a cup of tea, grab a snack or some candy. We know you're hiding it somewhere. And we hope you enjoy this next couple minutes or so of us just chatting about cosplay and spooky things. So we'll go ahead and get started with the first one. So Springy, how long have you been cosplaying for?
It kind of depends on what your definition of cosplaying is. Like actively, I've been only doing it for like a few years, like maybe 2, 3. But I had a teacher who I was charter school, home school, all that fun stuff. So my teacher wanted me to do art credits. So it's very dark behind me, so you can't see them. But I have masks for every single version of the marionette from Final Fantasy Freddy's and Jigsaw and Bendy from Bendy and Ink Machine behind me. I turned those in for and pictures of them in progress and all that fun stuff to my teacher for art credit. So I made those. I made like a cheap outfit for marionette that I just kind of used for all of them, even though it might not be accurate, but I don't care. It was like a turtleneck, like a black turtleneck with like white tape around the wrists, like 3 and then 3. And then same thing as like a pair of like black sweatpants.
Keeping it simple and comfy.
Exactly. Unless you're in California, that's hot.
True, very true. Don't want you to overheat, so. Yes, and then my cosplaying experience began back in March 2020, right when the pandemic hit. I had just made Nora Valkyrie's Volume 4 coat from the show Ruby. I found an $8 long sleeve jacket from Goodwill and was able to cut off the sleeves, put on some pink ribbons, had the skirt, had the shirt in my closet, so I was ready to go to my first convention, and then COVID. So,
yeah.
So unfortunately, I haven't been to any cons, but have you been to any cons?
I've been to 2, but never in like cosplay. That was like before I was like really a cosplayer. I'm not like at that time. I was not anywhere near being what I would consider a cosplayer. But I went to 2. One I went for on my birthday and like the day before my birthday. Went to Reno Wizard World and then Portland Wizard World as well. Those 2 were both very fun and stuff. We had like signed things. We mainly went there as fans, less than you go there as cosplayers. So I have pictures with people and like signed things and everything. It was awesome. It was fun.
It sounds like fun. Yeah. Oh, I did want to pause here. I meant to do this earlier, but one of our podcast members, their birthday is this week. So, and unfortunately, I couldn't join us because they're going to be spending time with their family during their birthday weekend. Totally understandable. But I wanted to give them one of these cupcakes. So, happy birthday, Bella. Thanks for being a part of the podcast. So, yay. If she was here, I would sing, but I'm not going to sing. So, maybe later.
like near the end, just.
So then, who was your first cosplay?
It was one of the if we're going by like the masks and stuff, it's from FNAF 2, Final Fantasy Freddy's 2, the marionette or the puppet, depending on who you talk to. But the first like full on thing I made was Springtrap. I made like a whole plush suit, not the best because that was like my very first thing that I did like a full thing for. That's not just color on a mask.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that was pretty much my first big thing I did. Was I made a whole thing, head to toe, the gloves and everything. If I had the head in here, I would bring it out, but I don't.
Have the head.
If I had the head, I actually do have a styrofoam head right there. You might be able to see it. So it's like that very pale thing, or the a glare on a picture frame. Who knows? Who knows anymore? But
Yeah,
yeah.
so I've played Five Nights at Freddy's because my husband, when we first started dating, he was really into the game, and it was just too scary for me. All those jump scares coming at me, I was just like, no, I can't do it. I kept like closing my eyes, and I can't remember if he had
Same.
to like lock a door or something.
Yeah, that I think that's probably the first one you might be thinking about. But yeah, they when I first started playing them, I couldn't. I was like, I always like knew when it was about to happen because I've seen a lot of playthroughs for them.
Yeah.
So I was like, and I'm dead. I like just like back up and like hide under the desk while it does it.
Oh, yeah. I think that
But like
sounds familiar.
those
Yeah.
little, yeah, that was like when I was like smaller,
Mhm.
But yeah,
So is Springtrap your favorite cosplay, or do you have another one?
um, I love him so much because he is like the first like big thing I made. But I think my favorite one as of right now is just because I finished them recently. Is Grim Jean from an alternative Ruby universe, just because I finished them, and or I'm like 99.8% done. You know, like there's
That's
still like
a good
obviously like
number.
some tweaks. Yeah, some tweaks you can throw in there, but yeah, I think that's my favorite one right now. I know it used to be on my well, back when I fit in it, my Spider-Man 3, the first original trilogy of Spider-Man 3, not Spider-Man No Way Home. Black Suit Spider-Man. That used to be my favorite before I gained too much weight because of COVID. Uh,
Yes.
yeah,
And
but Springtrap is very much up there, even though I do have to like re-plush it, like redo his fabric and stuff because it's like I got like these like small pieces and just patched them up on there. But yeah,
yeah, and I'm so excited to see Grim Jean come all together because, spoiler alert, I have a Grim Pira in the making. So we have
ooh.
Team Arco, Grim Arcos.
I can't do the thing right now. I can like do it down here, but like it looks like I'm just like patting my palm. Ooh, I like
So,
that for it, but yeah,
and then with Grim Jean, he doesn't really count as an OC, I guess, but
I I think it's technically an alternative universe. I have
oops,
I have
yeah,
Jean. Yeah, it like this is obviously an original character. Like this isn't from anything. This is like the Halloween version of a original character I have. I actually recently got this for like just because I thought it was cool, not even
it
for
is
anything,
cool.
just because it's
Yeah,
really cool.
and it matches our
And
theme, so
exactly,
really, really happy
uh,
about that. So I decided to
yeah,
go as Lady Demetrius or something like that from Resident Evil, the new game that came
awesome.
out earlier this year. So I know it's not totally 100%, but it's like a very casual closet cosplay. But
Yeah,
that's where I started, and this is where I've gotten so far.
yeah,
Yeah, I want to do more OCs. I feel like I have to find more things in my closet to put together, and it works and makes sense
yeah.
instead of just going and buying like because cosplay gets expensive after a while. Yeah. So
Yeah, I got very lucky with my normal Jean armor that the person who made him were like running him very cheap right at that moment. So I was very lucky with him. I'll praise the God I was very lucky with the price for him. But his sword and shield were like took up the rest of the budget for him because like together they're like 500 I think for the sword and the shield by themselves. They're amazing. Like they look amazing and like as
Mhm.
close to screen accuracy, real life to foam to anime can
Mhm.
go.
I think
But
my favorite picture you took with the sword and shield is the one at the beach.
oh yeah, I
That
love
was so epic. Seeing that, I was like, "Wow, is this a Volume 9 clip?"
I know, right? Like I brought because the whole story behind that, like I have like a whole plan to do like a whole big photo shoot thing and everything.
Mhm.
But the plan to like do that one was my mom and my cousin recently went off to college, I think it was, and his parents were like doing like this whole I'm not gonna say his name just because I don't know if he wants to be true or not. Like thing like him around the world and stuff like that. So like family members just like printed out his picture, place it in different places and stuff. And we went down to the beach and did that. And I was like, hey, I'm just gonna bring my sword and shield because I want to do something cool with them. And thus I prayed to whatever deity you believe in that I wouldn't fall over or get anything destroyed or anything.
Yeah.
I was so lucky that nothing did get destroyed or anything. But
A lot of water. Ooh,
oh
scary.
god,
Scary.
but pretty much. But yeah, and I got those pictures and like it was very fun. It was very fun doing this. I'm
It
excited
looks
to
like
do the
fun.
whole thing.
I enjoyed. I enjoyed looking at them. So.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so I have another question for you, and that is, how do you view yourself as a cosplayer?
I view myself as very new in like actually making things.
Oh,
And like
cosplay for what?
and I'm very new to a lot of like the practices. Like I started off doing original characters. That's why I have like a folder of them.
Jeez.
Um that's why I have like a whole arc played and everything. That's why I do like a whole like I'm planning like a whole storyline to do with them on demon interviews and stuff. And I actually first started putting out some of the stuff for that actually. Um like this like I only use this mask for Halloween, so like I already had like the mask. I already had like this jacket was actually just like in my mom's closet, and she was like, "It doesn't fit me anymore. Here, have it." I was like, "Neat! I look
Thanks.
awesome." And like I was still in high school, so I was like I wore like every day almost. But yeah, but I'm fairly new, mainly to like making cosplays. I think in the grand scheme of things, I haven't made a lot. I think technically I made a lot because I have like 18 masks of the same character I can use like the same base for. Um, like they're just like masks on the wall behind me. Again, you can't see it
Mm-hmm.
because of the light, but
I
and
do.
like I use like a lot of the same outfit for a lot of things. Like for like Jigsaw, bending the machine, Spendy, like the ink team, the ink. I don't know if I can say demon, and I'm going to. It's Halloween. We can say it. Like Ink Demon Bendy, and I use like my leather jacket for like the trying to like cover myself up a bit. Like just somewhat match them because I don't have a suit to wear. I
Mm-hmm.
don't have a
You're in
black and white
California,
suit.
so
Yeah,
I
pretty
want a
much.
light suit, not something too
Yeah.
much. So.
I have a Christmas suit, but I don't think that really matches Jigsaw. So
Yeah.
we're changing the
So.
Billy the Puppet, but still. But yeah, I, but actually making, I'm very new. But I've learned a lot of processes kind of just by osmosis from, like I said, from getting the shield. I learned a few things. When I got my Jean armor, I had to fix one of the things because of shipping, because shipping's always fun. Um,
So yeah.
so I had to fix one of the things, and I just like, and they told me how to, so I learned how to do that. I learned what to use, and thus I made Grim Jean out of those 3 lessons I learned how to do.
Awesome, awesome. So, can you do a thumbs up?
Yeah, it's kind of bent, it's kind of crooked, but I'd like make my thumb extra straight for. There we go.
There you go.
There we go. Now it looks like. There we
Nice.
go.
So yeah, and I'm still kind of newish, I guess, like a year and a half or so. But I tend to take things and also things together, like piece things together. So I'm not like 100% because, like I said before, cosplay gets expensive, and you got to worry about shipping. Are you gonna get all the pieces? So it's just easy to go support your local thrift stores because it's a whole treasure trove. Ooh, we should do a pirates tea time. Okay, later, later, later.
Yeah,
We plan.
that's a different plan. Maybe in the summer, like water and everything in summer.
Yeah. So stay
That's the
tuned
plan.
for that. Cause that would be fun. So, but yeah, just like different things and just putting it all together. So I'm just here having fun. It takes me away from the screen because I can spend hours and hours in front of the computer and then get these like awful headaches. So, kind of helps like come away from the screen, create, and then also too just having like other cosplayers come up and say, hey, like, I like this prop, I like what you did. It's like, aw, thank you. Really means a lot. So,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. few more questions. So, what was the first anime series that you watched?
I've had friends where like it's controversial if Pokemon is officially an anime. I've had people say that to me, but
I think
I
it
think
is.
Pokemon is technically my first anime. But like, I personally I don't watch a lot just because I have like a lot of other Japanese stuff I buy from, and I don't want more thing too many things. And I'm like I have no money, and I'm small and I have no money,
Mhm.
and you wonder why. Horrible John Mulaney quote aside. Uh, Pokemon technically was the first one. And also again debatable. Ruby is another one that I am actively watching and everything.
Yes.
Um, but again, I only watch a lot of animes just because again I would want to buy from them. I'm very shocked I haven't bought more things from Ruby. I just bought like the
They
Funko
dropped
Pop.
a lot of stuff in the Rooster Teeth store, a
Oh,
lot of awesome looking stuff. So, I'm
I,
excited.
I was so debating getting those back when it was on sale. Jean's pajamas, like his footy pajamas. I was so debating that, but I
So
was like,
cute,
I have
cute.
no money. I have no money. Uh, like I've only gotten the Funko Pops and like the new Roman holiday book. I haven't finished reading yet. I need to finish reading it. It's right there. Like I'm
It's right
staring right
there.
at it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And then trying to think. So my first anime I watched was Ah My Goddess. It's not really commonly known. It's like a older, like I think 90s, early 2000s anime. So it's about this guy. He makes a mistake. He calls like a hotline where these goddesses come in and they like grant wishes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it just like follows like the adventures of those two, and then she has like two other sisters that come to Earth, and just getting all kinds of adventures. But the first anime that I watched that I absolutely love to this day is Sword Art Online. You know, there's a lot of mixed views and reviews about it, but I absolutely loved it. I love the music. I love the characters. I love the different arcs, especially the fairy arc. There's like a gun arc. There's all kinds of different things. So that one's my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah. I know like some of my favorite seasons for like stuff like there's very controversial stuff about that. Like there's like a season of Kamen Rider. I know it's not an anime, but it's still a Japanese thing, so it's kind of on point. Um, that's very debatable if it's a good season or not. I think it's a good season, but that's my own personal opinion. I'm like, you can
We
have
all
your
have our
opinion, I can have mine. Just don't attack me for mine, and I'll leave you
opinions.
alone. That's pretty much how that goes.
Everyone has
Um,
their opinion. Just respect and move along. So
exactly. More power to your opinions, but I also have my own. So
awesome. So is there like a? It doesn't have to be anime, but it could be like a television series or something. Like what's the latest series you've watched?
um, the most recent ones I've been watching, I've been rewatching Ben 10 a lot. It's because me and my friend are like making like a whole Alien playlist and stuff. Just like out like original characters and stuff. Kind of like taking some inspiration from like aliens and predators and stuff, and like Alien, Predator, and Super Robot Monkey Team have our first cup, and that paragraph of a sentence.
That
Um,
definitely was.
yeah, that's one show that long of a title. It's on Disney Plus. Uh, um, but yeah, we also made a new one. Like there's been a lot of artworks and stuff. I might be posting some on my Instagram and stuff. Because as long as my friends says it's fine. Because like they sketched it and I just colored them in. Uh, but yeah, like we made one that's called like Nightshade. That's a um a bat type of thing. It's like a humanoid bat.
Oh, that sounds
Uh,
cool.
it it really is. And we say that he comes from Halloween Town, from like Night Before Christmas, because like the character's also from Night Before Christmas and stuff, so we kind of just mixed them because, original character world, why not?
That's awesome. I love hearing about that. So
It's always fun.
I guess the latest thing I've been watching. Today I caught up with Fenna the Pirate Princess. It's a
Ooh.
new Crunchyroll series where she's like a princess and then she goes rogue and joins a pirate crew. And I was like, yes. I'm loving the show, and the soundtrack's amazing too. So there's that. And then I'm catching up on season 2 of The Owl House. So I'm really behind.
I've been hearing stuff about that, like so far goodish. I haven't. I've been hearing good things about it, so.
Yeah, it's a pretty good series if you like kind of weirdish like animations and things. So, and it's
Look
about
at me.
witches,
Of
which is
course I like weird.
so it's pretty good. So we got one more question before we kind of go into our theme, which is which character would you invite for tea or even just like a beverage?
Ooh, I assume we're meaning like fictional characters and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Hmm.
Just like tap it. If people could see my table, I would be
It's
tapping my
so
fingers on it.
creepy. It's like
I love it so much. I think mainly if like just look at it like this, you don't see my palm, or the other side of my hand because you can still see it.
feels
But man, that's actually kind of hard. I would love to invite. There's this character from Kamen Rider, actually from Kamen Rider O's. It's sectioned off like Power Rangers is.
okay.
And so different seasons, same type of world.
Okay, makes sense.
Pretty
Well,
simple, but it'd be hours of me explaining what Kamen Rider is. That's
mhm.
that's a different thing completely. His name's Ankh, like the Egyptian thing, the symbol, I guess it is. And I would love to ask him some questions and talk with him over some beverages. And I am actually planning a character interview where somebody's being Ankh, and I'm super excited about that.
That's so cool.
Horrible, shameless promotionals about everything about my stuff. I am so sorry, but
It's okay. We've been supporting you. You've been
I'll pay
supporting
you
us.
later.
Don't fair. It's all good.
That's
So,
promotionals. It's fine.
yeah, I don't know who I'd invite to tea. I'm tied between my two highest kins, which is Nora Valkyrie from Ruby. Like, I absolutely love her, but I think she'd probably eat everything on sight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other one is Mitsuri Kanjuro from Demon Slayer. She's the love Harashi, I think. But yeah, I think she's so sweet, and we just sit there and eat dango the entire time.
Ooh,
So,
sounds like
yep,
fun.
that would be fun time. So, and for anybody out there watching, if you're just tuning in to our cosplay tea time hour, this is a space where cosplayers of any and all fandoms can join. You can sip on some hot tea or other beverages while discussing cosplays and conventions. We also have a theme for each episode, which today's episode is like a spooky Halloween type of theme. Whether it's about a fandom, the cosplay community, or creating cosplays while nibbling on tasty sweets and treats. So, how does one join the Pleasant Cosplay Tea Time podcast? You can message us on our Instagram page, Cosplay Tea Time, and we'll get you squared away. So, even if you join us for one episode, we would be so grateful and appreciative, even if you just joined in on one, because this is still fairly new and we're still getting it underway. So, the more
Mhm.
members, the better. The more, the merrier, as they say. So, and even if you can't join or you feel pretty hesitant, then you can support us on our YouTube page and our Instagram page at Cosplay Tea Time. Yay, I did my spiel.
Yay!
Alrighty, so now we go into our theme questions, which is the first one is what is your earliest Halloween memory?
Oh man,
From long term here.
yeah, it's like way back here. It's like in the back of this hood. Like I can't feel anything right now. uh, my earliest memory that I have off the top of my head is I was going to trick or treating as the white jungle fear ranger, who was like a rhino. That was like his animal theme, and like the horn was detachable. So like the whole night, I kept on like putting it on and off, on and off. And like, I was going with friends. Like I was like smaller. I think obviously parental supervision and everything. But like they kept like running off my horn, and like it was like a game type of thing. It wasn't like in malice or anything. But yeah. But the story I keep on hearing every single like around this time is that when I was little, they put me in like a costume of Blue from Blue's Clues, and I was terrified of the tail.
Really?
That's what I have been told.
Really? It was in there.
Yeah,
Mm.
uh, Yeah, it was sad, and also they dressed me up as a fruit bat. I've seen pictures of that as well. But
Oh,
again, like I was like very small, just this big,
little Springy. Oh.
little springy, exactly. He was just a spring back then. Um, but yeah, that's
I was
my really
trying
good.
to think of this the other day, and the only thing I can remember, my family wasn't big into celebrating Halloween. It was like a no-no. It was like a sin and
Very.
stuff. But apparently, when my sister and I we were little, we went to like a babysitter's house
Mhm.
when my mom went to work in the morning, and I guess they had like a Halloween party later that night. And my sister and I think we dressed up as cats, like little black cats. But then we had like the whiskers painted on and like a little
Mhm.
pink nose and ears and a black
Aw.
shirt. And we would go around like meow meow, give me candy, meow meow.
It's adorable.
Yeah, that was the earliest one. It's so cornball when I look back at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, so embarrassing. But we thought it was the cutest thing, so it's like we just wanted candy. Like every
That, that,
kid.
that's how I feel about the Blues Clues story. I'm like,
Oh.
I think now I'm like, I always want like something flowy on. Like, I always
Mhm.
want like a trench coat or like a cape or something. Like, even right now, I would totally be wearing a cape if I was not
Yeah,
dying of heat in this thing.
you get you one.
Um,
You make
joking.
you
Yeah, I love wearing that type of thing. It's fun.
one. Mhm. Yeah, there's the two. So, and I was talking about candy earlier. So, what is your favorite Halloween candy?
Oh man, I really love Sour Patch Kids. I know it's not really like a high, big,
Mm-hmm.
trafficked Halloween candy, but those are always my favorite for any occasion, really. Anything like sour or gummy, I really love. I still love like chocolate and stuff. Like I'll still eat your Reese's,
Reese's,
100%.
yes.
I'll eat them all up. Um, but the one thing I don't know if it's gonna be the next question or something, but like the one Halloween candy I hate is like I can't stand candy corn. I know it's like
No,
a
that's
big.
my
Uh,
favorite.
I'm sorry, but it's just
It's
like
my
I
favorite.
can't. I can't. I'm sorry. I don't know why. It's like it seems like I would love it. I
Yeah,
just
you know,
it's not my thing. It's not
I
my
love
thing.
candy corn. I used to do my nails like as candy corn, like the orange, white, and yellow. Little candy corn fingernails.
That's that's
I don't know
awesome.
if I have yellow, but yeah, so Sour Patch Kids. And then, what would be your ideal Halloween party?
I actually did use before COVID and everything. I did have Halloween party. Like it was like small. It was like me and like three friends came over and stuff. Most of the time it was like a lot. I would say a lot of those, which is just like me, a few friends come over. We never lived in like a giant house. That we can't have like woo all the alcohol. Obviously, but just like a few friends over, like we played like we mainly played video games and like talk about stuff.
Mhm.
We always like bought a movie or like rented a movie
There you
to
go.
watch, but like we never watched it. We watched like the first 5 minutes to the point where we watched long enough to where we can't return it. But we don't
Mm-hmm.
but we never watch enough to actually seem like it was worth but getting it.
No.
It's like that medium in between is where we watched to.
Mm.
Um, because like we kept on talking the whole time, and then like it was done, and then like people were leaving, and
It's
then
like,
it's like, and I'm stuck here with Halloween 2 queued up on my TV, on like the living room TV.
mhm. This still sounds like fun. Just a couple friends. So I think I'd probably want something a little bit bigger. Maybe
Yeah,
like 10 or 20 people, like flashing lights and music and like fog machine type of stuff and just having a good
fog
time.
machines are fun.
Probably get a
Those,
stomachache afterwards.
see, you had a great Halloween party when you feel
Feel, feel a
when
little
you feel sick
nauseous.
afterwards. I had to censor myself for a second. I'd be like,
Mm,
okay, think of a different
it's a
word.
good
There we go.
place. Yes.
Use a different word. There we go.
Yeah.
Found it.
Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so let's say that you were casted into a horror movie. And would you rather be the protagonist or antagonist?
Oh, this is the whole like if you play Dead by Daylight, like that's like the whole thing pretty much. Like either you get to play as the villain or
Mm-hmm.
you can play as the survivor. And I always love playing the villain. It I because like like it's my favorite thing. It's very hard to get in lobbies with where you're playing the villain because it's one villain and four survivors. Everybody wants to be the villain in those games. But
Mhm.
I think I would love to be because these are like the pretty much the baseline for a lot of my original characters. I would love to like be in like my main one and like be scary, actually scary, and not somewhat of a pudgy white boy in
Mhm.
5 layers of masks.
Scheme.
But yeah, so
You'd be
villain.
the
There we go.
antagonist. I'm gonna go the other route and say I'd be protagonist. So, but I don't
The
know.
one to
I don't know what
survive.
I'd do in a horror movie. Like, I probably just try to hide the entire time. Try to be quiet. I feel like
Yeah,
that's always scary. Like, I don't know. I think I'm better over the years at watching scary movies. I like could not watch them when I was younger, or even a young adult.
yeah,
If that makes sense. I'm not
yeah.
gonna give away
Makes
my age, but now that I've grown up, it's almost like you kind of expect it. It's like,
yeah.
oh yeah, the monster's gonna jump out now. Nope, there it
In
is. Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2. There we go. Hey, you're 2 seconds beforehand. Good job on you. Like
Yeah.
yeah, the a lot same type of thing, but I've been recently like watching a lot of like horror movies with my mom and stuff, like
Hmm.
just because, not because it's Halloween. Like we've been watching them since like January
Really?
and stuff, like just going through them, and probably sooner, but still.
Yeah, like kind of also just like watching them as they come out. I
Yeah,
think too, it's like why wait till Halloween or the spooky season? Let's watch it now.
exactly. It's always spooky season for a cosplayer.
Very true. Very true. So we're gonna make that the title. It's always
Yeah,
spooky season for cosplay.
for a cosplayer, exactly. And then you can post this whenever you want.
Exactly.
Or if it doesn't get up
Oh,
by Halloween, it just works.
it just waits.
It's always spooky
I
season for
love it.
cosplay.
Oh my goodness.
Or we gotta have those backup plans.
I know. Oh, we do need some in the storage or whatever it's called. Like I know you know the word for it, but I don't.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
in like drafts, not drafts. Drafts might not be the right word. Scheduled. That's a lot. Like just have some scheduled and like just like a backlog. That might have to be a good
Okay,
word.
maybe that's the word I'm looking for. Okay, backlog.
Might be.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I have a lot of them. Because like episode 145, I think it is, just came out, and we've recorded up to like 153, and they're all ready to go and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I do that so in case I get like super busy in a week or something, I still have plenty to put out.
It's a
And
good
character
thing.
interviews also get shoved in there as well as replacements,
Yeah. So hopefully I catch up to you one day. 150 episodes though, and we're on episode I think 1 or 2. So
depending on when this comes out. One, two, who knows?
oh gosh. Wait. So if you were to spend a full night inside, oh wait, would you spend a full night inside of a haunted house if someone paid you?
That's a very tricky question because I've seen a lot of like haunted house
Mm-hmm.
movies and like shows, like the Haunting of Hill House
Mm-hmm.
for a
That's a
good
good one.
example.
Yes.
It depends on the haunted house, like on how active
Mm-hmm.
they are. If it's like the one in American Horror Story,
Mm-hmm.
no, I they unalive people for fun in there. It's not even like a
Mm-hmm.
territory thing. They do that for fun. Um, so no, not that one. But if it's
Oh,
like one where it's
time out.
more.
Hey Joel.
Hey Jen, are you busy?
Yeah, I'm busy right now.
I was gonna say, how much longer?
Another 20 minutes.
Okay, when you come up there, let's order food.
Order food. Okay.
Hey, Macarena.
Sorry. Thank you for being
No, no,
patient.
you're fine. No, you're fine. I was just doing the Macarena over here. You're fine. The creepy skeleton dude or pumpkin dude just doing the Macarena in the
See, I would
corner.
totally play the Macarena at my Halloween party. Just saying.
Oh, 100%. But yeah, in my opinion, it would depend on the haunted house. But if it's
I guess
more like
that's
a
fair.
calm, like maybe they just throw something across the house one night. If it's just one night, I would 100% do it. But not in the Unalive house from American Horror Story. Not that one. They do that for fun.
Yeah, so I don't think I could because I get so scared at night. And I feel like going back to like the scary movies for a second, like it
Mhm.
always feels like the nighttime is so long. Like it's like the daytime. It's like the sun's up now it's down, and now it's like nighttime and it's like the seconds are just slowly creeping by, and it's like, nah, I don't think I'd want
Fun.
to.
Always fun.
Nope, not gonna do it. So what
Yeah.
about this? Are you afraid of clowns?
Blatantly no. Like I'm not just gonna be like clown, but Pennywise definitely. The fake
Scared?
daughter me and my friend made no. Same powers and favor, they just situational.
Pennywise was probably the scariest. Like we went to my husband and I went to the movie theaters when it first came out,
Mm-hmm.
and I like sat there the entire time like trying to like close my ears with my thumbs and like cover my eyes like this like throughout most of the movie. Like I was so
Yeah.
scared. It was just, and he would just appear like out of nowhere, like even in the daylight, and I'm like, dude, what is going
You're
on?
not supposed to be here. It's the day.
So then my
Yeah.
husband, he was obsessed with it though, and he went and he got the mask, like the Pennywise mask, and he would just like put it in random places of the house. So I'd go to open up a closet, and this mask would come flying at me, and I was like, I'm
I think I have a mask as well. It's like way over there. I'm not gonna get up because it's rude.
no, please
But
don't.
I have like a whole cosplay. It's just a costume from Halloween. But yeah. When I went to go see the first part of it,
Very
I didn't
nice.
know he ate kids. I didn't know that. So like when it happened, I was like, I this does not show emotion. I'm sorry, but I was like, and I just look over to my mom, and she's like, "You didn't know he ate people?" I was like, "Nuh-uh." I was like, because I knew he like killed. I knew he like, and it's a duh, but like I wasn't expecting that at that moment. Maybe with the new styles of making stuff like that, it makes it a lot worse in the best of ways. Not like a horrible movie, but like,
It was intriguing if I saw most of it, but it was okay. But that's
I
probably
saw most of it.
some through like slitted fingers. Is it over?
Can't fully close my fingers with these on, so it's like I can still see it.
Sure.
I saw half of it. I
You
heard the
like
rest.
hear the music. It's like you hear the music, but then the music stops, and then you're like, "Oh gosh, this is where they're gonna pop out," or that's what
Guess
always
something's gonna
scares
go
me.
on. Yeah, that. Mainly when there's nothing, and then like once the music starts up, it's like, oh, okay, it's fine, and then something happens. Like it's like in one of those moments where it's like, and 5, 4, 3, and you're
Go.
not here. Where did you go? That's kind of the phrase in a nutshell. It's like, where did you go? Where'd you go?
Yeah. So getting off of scary clowns. Ugh, creepy. Have you ever said Bloody Mary in front of a mirror?
No.
No.
Blatant no, because I used to be because there's a whole supernatural episode about Bloody Mary,
Oh, there
and
is.
I like that was like the number one episode for like the
Mhm.
longest time. After I saw it once, I was like, we're skipping that episode. Anytime my mom wanted to like restart the show, or anytime I wanted to restart it, I
Mhm.
was like, we're skipping that episode. Yeah, like now I can kind of like just I can close my eyes, but but yeah, that's the worst one to me. Like
Is
that,
it?
like of everything in
Mhm.
Supernatural,
Mhm.
it, there's a lot. There's a lot of creepy stuff. There's a lot of them,
Mhm.
mainly in the earlier seasons. But that one was just it was my
Too
kryptonite right
much.
there.
Too
It
much.
was not my thing.
Yeah, some my husband's tried to get me to say Bloody Mary in front of a mirror, but I'm just like, no, no. He gets on these like little kicks where he's like, let's go say Bloody Mary. And I'm like, no, no,
No,
not gonna do it. I'm starting to run out of
today.
time. So, do you have a favorite Halloween costume? Have you done?
Um, there. That's half my cosplays in a nutshell. Um, I think my favorite one that I've done recently, like I'm just gonna say for Halloween because that's just
Mhm.
to separate them out, is I did the Joker last year from the movie Joker. Yeah, didn't mean to do a TikTok audio there, but that's just what it was. And like, we actually have speakers set outside connected to my phone, so anytime somebody knocked, I played his send in the cloud, and then I opened the door as
The
the Joker and
Joker.
everything.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
exactly.
That's
You know,
awesome.
like I had a whole plan to like be in cos be in it, and I actually had like my face painted and everything.
Mm-hmm.
The color I wanted to be for Grim John, but that's a different conversation. Um, and it was painted and everything, and like I had a whole plan to like do it for like a TikTok thing as well, like have like a because like we have a curtain over between the laundry room and the hallway to the laundry room, and I was planning on doing it there, but it just didn't happen yet. I might do it this year. Who knows? I mean, to put the jacket on, we're fine.
So, and then for me, growing up, I wasn't really allowed to participate in Halloween, so I usually go to school just like dressed as myself, or if I was working, I'd be like, I'm just an employee here. I'm cosplaying as my work self. Whenever I worked like retail or something. So, but yeah, I think last year, uh, I was under a time crunch, but I cosplayed as a singer. Her name's Riel, Riell.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I cosplayed one of her music videos first, and I did that. So I don't know if that really counts because it was like literally on Halloween. Like I got home from work, and I did like a casual Attack on Titan kind of work look with like a beige
Ooh.
sweater, white t-shirt. I had like the Scouts necklace. I had like a green beret hat thing. So kind of keeping it casual over here. So. So let's see. I think you'll enjoy this next question.
So, anytime I hear the green berets, I hear the pink berets from Hop. I know it's
Oh,
not
oh my
spooky at all,
gosh, I
but
love
it's
it.
just like it's like,
I
and then
have
I
a
just
pink
go through the
beret.
theme song. I just go through like the theme song, like the pink berets. And I just see little bunnies hopping out of like Easter Island. And I was just like,
Oh my gosh.
horror. Like that is like not any like that's a horrible example of like of Halloween, but like that's just what came to my head. But that happens anytime I hear the word beret.
That was awesome. I did not realize that. So,
Yeah,
oh, I haven't seen that movie in forever. My gosh.
steel trap right here. That's
Oh my goodness. So, what is the most difficult part of putting on a spooky cosplay?
for mine. Personally for mine, it's the masks and keeping them on
I was
because
watching you put it on earlier. You're like, I'm trying to put it on. Like, how do I
yeah,
use
and I did have two of them on. Most of the time, I have both of them on. This one I don't have to because like I'm not like recording a thing where I'm like swinging this all around, so it's like covering up my neck. But like I can't see a lot of the time because I use this and then also a mask that already has that kind of like eye coverage. So it's like I can't see a lot of times. I can't breathe, and it gets real hot, and my glasses, which I am wearing underneath this, get pushed right up against the mask. Even this one, even though it just looks like I put a bag over my head, there's an elastic strap for the that connects the plastic to each side, and you can stick your head in it. But yeah, temperature I guess is the best thing. Temperature is is the hardest thing. About any any mask based spooky cosplay, original character, or anything like that. It's temperature.
I can see that. I mean, it would make sense to put on those layers if you're gonna go outside and trick or treat. Because, well, I live on the East Coast, so
Yeah,
I'm on the other side
yeah.
of the
I'm
states.
on the north. I'm on west.
So, but it gets a little bit chilly around this time of year. So I think we're in the 60s today. So, and like at nighttime it gets a bit cooler. So it makes sense to wear all those layers, like the kids running around getting candy. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna say this because I live in a giant state of California. Um, or at least for where in the town I live, it rains on Halloween. It could be like sunny, 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 and then Halloween it just rains.
huh,
So fun.
that's
Um,
interesting. It just rains on Halloween. It's all
yeah,
gloomy.
yeah. But I wish it was like because like around here it gets like gloomy a lot of the time. Like it doesn't always rain. It rains a lot. Don't get me wrong, it rains a lot. But I love the gloomy, which is like just the in between. Like I love that in my opinion. Like I purposely
Makes it
took
more
my graduation pictures at that time
really.
purposely. Yeah, like around this time I took my graduation pictures because I wanted to be gloomy outside where I took my pictures.
I like that. California is not all sunshine now, so has gloomy moments.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna wrap up with our final question, which is What is the scariest or even the coolest Halloween mythical creature? So, like, I'm talking about like werewolves, vampires, ghosts, ghouls, witches.
Well, to me, the scariest mythical creature is the skeleton. No, he's not a real mythical creature. That's my original character. I purposely put his name in that way with the word "the." His name is actually the Skeleton because I wanted to make it sound like he was mythical, like he was a mythical character or something. But to actually answer the question, I love the werewolves and stuff. I actually have two original characters for werewolves and everything,
Oh,
but use the same mask for both of them, just different outfits, and they're brothers. Except like the vampire brothers or vampire almost brothers, like Angel and Buffy, or no, Angel and Spike, or Damon and Stefan Salvatore from Vampire Diaries. Instead of them, I have my two werewolf boys.
I get them. Nice. Oh, little werewolf. So I guess they're pretty cool. Just a bit too hairy. So I'm probably more interested in like the witches, like. And they're pretty like fascinating, getting to conjure up magic and all those different things. I get to wear sometimes fancy outfits. Witches are pretty neato.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's pretty much it. I'm all out of questions.
Awesome. Well, I actually do have one for you if it's okay.
What?
Shockingly, I know the guy with the interviewing show has a question. That's shocking.
No, it's
I know.
totally fine.
But what is, in your opinion, your scariest cosplay to this date, or like what could be conceived as scariest? Not just like somebody was rude and saying this looks horrible, it looks so horrible, like nothing like that, obviously. But you know what I mean.
Does it have to be canon or can it be an AU?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Okay. I was gonna say
you put on that looks scary and you put a name to it.
I think this past year I did I'm not gonna say right, Kyoko Kirigiri from Danganronpa.
Okay.
So she's like the smart student, she's like the detective, she's always trying to figure out like the mystery, like who murdered who. But instead I flipped it and I made her murder a student. And I did like the pink blood and it was like all over in my hair. That was actually the reason why we now have face paint, because I used like acrylic paint and it was like drying on my skin, but it made it so much cooler. And I felt like it was actually Easter Sunday, back on Easter, but I did.
Hey, if you're not gonna do something bloody for Easter, what is the point?
It was so funny. I got all cutesy, like, we didn't go to church or anything like that, but I, wore like a pink dress and I took a couple nice photos, and then I was like, I'm gonna go film my AU character in like, pink blood and, just doing like these like really crazy faces, just really dark soundtracks, and it was supposed to be like, that. I wrote fan fiction on it too, which I've never done. But it's on my Wattpad. I don't remember the name. It's okay. Nobody needs to know. It's on my cosplay YouTube channel. There we go. I put together like a small video. But yeah, I think that was probably the scariest thing I've did. But I felt like so cool. At first I was kind of nervous because I was just like, I gotta make sure it looks right. But then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go for it. So
yeah,
it came out awesome. I really enjoyed it.
Hey, and the blood kept the theme of Easter.
Yeah.
Very we true. Went back to Easter. How do we go back to Easter in pink?
I don't know. Does this mean we need to plan an Easter cosplay?
Maybe it's we have. I mean, like you have to now. Like we're talking about Easter.
Have to do like a spring one.
Exactly, a springy one. I slapped my knee if that wasn't apparent because I know black on black, but still I slapped my knee.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I like that. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. But yes, that was a very good question. So, and I feel like this one's not really spooky, but I mean, she is a pretty spooky lady, so I was trying to be spooky earlier.
Ooh.
Ooh. Alrighty, so thank you everyone for joining, tuning in, watching. We appreciate it very, very much.
It's really off key, but it works. You can tell what it is. You can tell what it is. There we go. It has one fat hump, like I usually draw my hearts, but you know it works.
Oh my gosh. Whew. So there you go.
Here we go. I had to break my other thumb to try and do this, but yeah.
Oh, you're fine. So, but yes, thank you for tuning in. We hope to see you next time on Cosplay Tea Time. And again, if you want to join, just message us on Instagram at Cosplay Tea Time. Bye, everyone.
Eh.
Okay, end the recording.
And we're done.